Welcome back. In this video we're going to continue editing the banner, but in this case we're going to be editing our first navigation menu, which happens to be the horizontal menu across the top of the page. Because of the complex CSS styling that's required to make this horizontal menu look the way it does, we will actually have to work with the code just a little bit. So in Dreamweaver, I'm going to go ahead and click to place my text cursor inside of the first navigation item, and then I'm going to go ahead and click Split. In Split View we can see the design of the page as well as the code that defines it. So if you notice here we have a list, an unordered list to be exact, that defines our horizontal menu. Notice that the list has a class which is menu 6, and if you'll notice we have 6 items in our menu. So this number directly corresponds to how many items you're going to have in the list. So before you change the number of items that are in this list, you want to make sure you know exactly what items you want to have. To add and remove items, we need to add and remove list items. But the first thing we need to do is change this. So if I wanted to make a 7 item list, I'd go ahead and change this 6 to a 7. And then I need to add an extra list element. So to do that, I can highlight one by clicking at the very end, highlighting the entire code. I'm going to go ahead and right click and copy. Then with my text cursor at the end, I'm going to press return to create a new line and go ahead and paste the code in there. So you'll see that I have item number 5 doubled. Now you notice here this doesn't follow along like it did before. We need to change a few of these items here. So I have item 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is now going to be item 6, and this is going to be item 7. Make sure that you're careful when you're highlighting. If you delete a quotation, the text is going to change to all blue. If you make a mistake, remember you can press and hold the Control key and press Z to undo any changes you might have made. You can also find that from the Edit menu, clicking Edit and then Undo. So now we have our duplicate nav item. If I go ahead and click back to Design View, you'll see that we have 7 items across here. So this is our new nav item. If I wanted to change the text of this item, I can triple click like we've done before, and I can change the text. So I can say this is the new nav item. If I want to change where this link points to, I can do that from the Properties panel by clicking down here and typing in the link directly. If it's a file that I've already created, I can click Browse and browse for that file. Or I can use the Target option to link to it that way. If I want to remove an item, I'm going to need to go back into Split View. Let's say that I don't want 7 but only 5 items. I can do that by removing 2 of the items. I'm going to highlight and press delete. Then I'm going to go ahead and change this to a 5 and switch back to Design View. You'll notice that now we only have 5 items. Note when you're editing the code, if anything goes awry, the text colors will change to try and help you out. If you look over here on this code toolbar, there is an option here with this red squiggly that will underline invalid code, but it doesn't catch all mistakes. Don't worry about the formatting. Dreamweaver will automatically clean that up for you. So I can go ahead and change all the list items I want. So if I want this to be my home page, and then I want to make this one be the events page, I can just triple click and rename them as I go. Maybe I have an about page and a page of links. Maybe I want to include a link to an external website. So once I've changed them, I can just click to put the text cursor in there and change the link down here in the properties box. So this will be my index page again. Even if the page hasn't been created, you can go ahead and link to it. So my events page. When we run the link checker later on, Dreamweaver will let us know, hey, you haven't made those pages yet. For external links, you can't type just the name itself. You have to do something a little bit more special. So for the external link, I'm going to go ahead and highlight the pound symbol, and I need to type first off http://. That lets the browser know that we're navigating to a web page that isn't within the same domain, and it needs to clear the address bar before navigating. So then I can type in the web address in its entirety, like www.nasa.gov. Once I've finished making changes, I can go ahead and click File and mouse down to Save.